Bidding on a new church building project requires a comprehensive approach. Two primary methods for estimating the electrical work are the square foot method and unit pricing. Firstly, the square foot method involves calculating the total square footage of the building, including all areas, and multiplying that by per square foot cost. This method is straightforward but may not fully account for variations in construction complexity. Secondly, unit pricing involves breaking down the project into individual units, such as classrooms, offices, and the sanctuary, and assigning a price for each unit. This allows for more flexibility and customization in your bid. When considering the lighting design, different areas of the church will require different approaches. For the sanctuary, with its cathedral ceiling, indirect fluorescent lighting can provide even illumination and reduce glare. Recessed cans or floodlights can accentuate architectural features. A combination of these options can create a dramatic and inviting space. In other areas such as classrooms and offices, fluorescent wraparound fixtures provide efficient and uniform lighting. Recessed cans or light-emitting diode fixtures can be used for accent or task lighting as needed. For the baptismal pit, which will contain heated water, a hot tub-style wiring approach is recommended. Install a dedicated electrical circuit with the ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI outlet to protect against electrical shock. Consider installing a heating element with a thermostat to maintain the desired water temperature. For lighting the pit, submersible light-emitting diode lights or waterproof floodlights can be used to illuminate the water. There are several other important considerations for the electrical design of a church building. Plan for adequate electrical panels and wiring to support all electrical loads, including lighting, heating, and audiovisual equipment. Include provisions for audio and video equipment, such as speakers, screens, and projectors. Be sure to meet all applicable codes and regulations for fire protection and life safety, including smoke detectors, fire alarms, and emergency lighting. Here's a more detailed breakdown of the electrical tasks. Install conduit wire and electrical devices for lighting, power outlets, and switches throughout the building. Provide wiring for the baptismal pit heating element, ensuring it is properly grounded and protected. Install fluorescent wraparounds, recessed cans, floodlights, and other lighting fixtures as specified in the lighting design. Install electrical panels and distribute power to all areas of the building, balancing the load to prevent overloading circuits. Run cables for audio and video equipment, ensuring proper shielding and connections. Install speakers and mount screens or projectors in appropriate locations. Install smoke detectors, fire alarm panels, and emergency lighting following all applicable codes and regulations. When preparing your bid, begin by gathering all available specifications and blueprints for the project. Accurately determine the material and labor costs for all aspects of the electrical work. Estimate the time and resources required for installation, taking into account any potential delays or challenges. Add in overhead expenses, profit margin, and a contingency allowance to cover unforeseen costs. Finally, prepare a detailed bid proposal outlining the scope of work, pricing, and time frame. A well-prepared bid will increase your chances of winning the project. Remember that safety is paramount. All electrical work should be performed by qualified and licensed electricians. Ensure that all wiring and equipment meet applicable codes and standards. Regularly inspect and maintain the electrical system to prevent hazards and ensure reliable operation. A ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, is a critical safety device that protects people from electrical shock. It works by monitoring the current flowing through a circuit and quickly interrupting the power if it detects a ground fault. Ground fault circuit interrupters are typically required in wet or damp locations such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. In the case of the baptismal pit, a ground fault circuit interrupter is essential to protect anyone who comes into contact with the water from potential electrical hazards. When installing electrical panels, it is important to properly size the panels to accommodate the anticipated electrical load. Overloaded electrical panels can overheat and cause fires. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for calculating electrical loads and selecting appropriate panel sizes. Refer to NEC Table 310.15b16 for ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to and including 2000 volts, 60 degrees Celsius through 90 degrees Celsius, in free air. Also NEC Table 310.16 for ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to and including 2000 volts, 60 degrees Celsius through 90 degrees Celsius, not more than 3 current carrying conductors in raceway, cable, or earth. Also consider the use of arc fault circuit interrupters, or of size, which provide protection against fires caused by electrical arcs. Arc fault circuit interrupters are typically required in bedroom circuits and other areas where fire hazards are higher. Lighting design is an important aspect of any building project, and it is especially important in a church. The lighting should be functional, providing adequate illumination for various activities, but it should also be aesthetically pleasing and contribute to the overall atmosphere of the space. Consider the use of dimming systems to adjust the lighting levels for different occasions. In a sanctuary, dimming the lights can create a more intimate and reverent atmosphere for worship services. In other areas, dimming can be used to save energy and extend the life of the light bulbs. When selecting lighting fixtures, consider the energy efficiency of the fixtures. Light-emitting diode fixtures are generally more energy efficient than fluorescent fixtures. Also consider the color rendering index, or CRI, of the light source. A higher color rendering index indicates that the light source will render colors more accurately. For example, a color rendering index of 80 or higher is generally recommended for areas where color accuracy is important. Audiovisual systems are an important part of many modern churches. These systems can enhance worship services, educational programs, and other activities. Consider the placement of speakers to ensure even sound distribution throughout the space. Also consider the acoustics of the space to minimize echoes and reverberation. The fire alarm and safety systems are essential for protecting the occupants of the building in the event of a fire or other emergency. The fire alarm system should be designed to provide early warning of a fire, allowing people to evacuate the building safely. The system should include smoke detectors, heat detectors, and manual pull stations. Emergency lighting should be provided to illuminate exit routes in the event of a power outage. The emergency lighting system should be powered by a backup generator or battery system. In addition to the fire alarm and emergency lighting systems, consider the use of other safety features, such as sprinkler systems and fire extinguishers. These features can help to suppress a fire and prevent it from spreading. The National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, publishes codes and standards for fire protection and life safety. The NFPA 72 standard covers the installation, inspection, testing, and maintenance of fire alarm systems. The NFPA 101 standard, also known as the Life Safety Code, covers the design and construction of buildings to ensure the safety of occupants in the event of a fire or other emergency. The bid preparation process is critical for ensuring that your bid is accurate and competitive. Start by carefully reviewing the specifications and blueprints for the project. Make sure that you understand the scope of work and all of the requirements. Obtain quotes from multiple suppliers for materials and equipment. This will help you to get the best prices and ensure that you are using high-quality products. Estimate the labor costs for each task, taking into account the time required and the skill level of the workers. Add in overhead expenses such as insurance, licenses, and office supplies. Include a profit margin to ensure that you are making a reasonable return on your investment. Finally, add a contingency allowance to cover unforeseen costs or changes to the scope of work. A well-prepared bid will demonstrate your professionalism and expertise, and it will increase your chances of winning the project. Remember that communication is key. Keep the client informed of your progress throughout the project. Address any concerns or issues promptly and professionally. Build a strong relationship with the client based on trust and mutual respect. The electrical system is the heart of any modern building, and it is essential to ensure that it is properly designed, installed, and maintained. By following these guidelines, you can provide a safe, reliable, and efficient electrical system for the new church building. When planning the electrical system, consider the future needs of the church. Will there be any future expansion or renovations? Will there be any new equipment or technology added? It is important to design the electrical system to accommodate these future needs. This will save time and money in the long run. Consider the use of smart home technology, such as smart lighting and thermostats. These technologies can help to save energy and improve the comfort and convenience of the building occupants. Smart lighting can automatically adjust the lighting levels based on the time of day or the occupancy of the room. Smart thermostats can automatically adjust the temperature based on the weather or the occupancy of the building. These technologies can also be controlled remotely using a smartphone or tablet. Consider the use of renewable energy sources, such as solar panels. Solar panels can generate electricity and reduce the church's reliance on the grid. Solar panels can also help to reduce the church's carbon footprint. The installation of solar panels may also qualify for tax credits or other incentives. When selecting electrical contractors, it is important to choose a company that is licensed, insured, and experienced. Check the contractor's references and read online reviews. Make sure that the contractor has a good reputation and a track record of providing high-quality work. Get multiple bids from different contractors before making a decision. Compare the bids carefully and choose a contractor that offers the best value. The electrical system is a critical component of the new church building. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that the electrical system is safe, reliable, efficient, and meets the needs of the church for many years to come. Remember to consult with qualified professionals such as electrical engineers and contractors to ensure that the electrical system is properly designed and installed. Also, ensure the building complies with accessibility standards as specified by the Americans with Disabilities Act, including accessible outlets, switches, and lighting controls. Regular maintenance is crucial for a safe electrical system. Schedule regular inspections by a licensed electrician to identify potential problems early. Replace any damaged or worn wiring, outlets, or switches immediately. Keep electrical panels clean and free of obstructions. Do not overload circuits by plugging too many devices into a single outlet. Use surge protectors to protect sensitive electronic equipment from power surges. Teach occupants about electrical safety, including how to identify hazards and what to do in an emergency. Post emergency contact information near electrical panels. By prioritizing safety, you can minimize the risk of electrical accidents and ensure a safe environment for everyone. Before commencing any electrical work, obtain all necessary permits from local authorities. Ensure that all work complies with the latest edition of the National Electrical Code, as well as any local codes or regulations. Document all work performed, including wiring diagrams, panel schedules, and inspection reports. Keep these documents in a safe place for future reference. Proper documentation is essential for troubleshooting and maintenance. Consider energy-efficient lighting options such as light-emitting diode or LED fixtures throughout the church. Light-emitting diode fixtures use significantly less energy than traditional incandescent or fluorescent fixtures, reducing energy costs and extending the lifespan of the fixtures. Use occupancy sensors in areas such as restrooms and hallways to automatically turn off lights when the areas are not in use. Install timers on outdoor lighting to ensure that lights are only on when needed. Consider the use of daylight harvesting techniques to maximize the use of natural light. Daylight harvesting involves using sensors to detect the amount of natural light available and automatically dimming or turning off electric lights accordingly. In the sanctuary, consider the use of theatrical lighting systems to create a more dramatic and engaging worship experience. Theatrical lighting systems can be used to highlight architectural features, create mood, and enhance the visual impact of the service. Consider the use of wireless lighting control systems to provide greater flexibility and control over the lighting. Wireless lighting control systems allow you to control the lighting from a smartphone, tablet, or computer. You can also create scenes or presets to quickly adjust the lighting for different activities. When installing audiovisual systems, consider the acoustic properties of the space. Hard surfaces, such as walls and ceilings, can reflect sound and create echoes. Soft surfaces, such as carpets and drapes, can absorb sound and reduce echoes. Use a combination of hard and soft surfaces to create a balanced acoustic environment. Consider the use of acoustic panels to improve the acoustics of the space. Acoustic panels can be used to absorb sound and reduce echoes. They are available in a variety of sizes, shapes, and colors to complement the decor of the space. When installing a fire alarm system, ensure that it is properly designed and installed by a qualified professional. The system should be tested regularly to ensure that it is functioning properly. Conduct fire drills regularly to familiarize occupants with the evacuation procedures. Post evacuation maps in prominent locations throughout the building. Ensure that all exits are clear and unobstructed. Consider the use of an emergency notification system to provide real-time information to occupants during an emergency. An emergency notification system can be used to broadcast voice messages, text messages, and visual alerts. It can also be used to provide instructions on what to do during an emergency. The electrical system is a vital part of any church building. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that the electrical system is safe, reliable, efficient, and meets the needs of the church for many years to come. Remember to consult with qualified professionals such as electrical engineers and contractors to ensure that the electrical system is properly designed and installed.